I'm 41i team reporter Sarah Plake. More than 3 years have passed since the disappearance and death of 36-year-old Nicole Mallet in rural Bates County. It's a story that has stuck with me since I first covered it in 2019. How does a mother go missing down the hill from her own house? Investigators themselves are frustrated because they think somebody knows what happened. They say this could be a homicide or there could be no crime at all. But the mystery remains. This is the first of 2 stories on Nicole's case.
She was so pretty. And she was so sweet. I think a lot of people know what happened to my daughter.
A mother of 4 disappeared and was found dead just down the street from her own house.
There's a lot of rumors that we chase down around out there, but somebody firsthand knows, and that's what we're looking for.
Rumors surrounding her death in rural Bates County have haunted her family for 3 years.
We've gotten phone calls from people saying that they've actually seen things.
What happened to Nicole Mallet, and what truth is hiding beneath the surface?
Until I find out justice for her, she'll never be at peace, and I'll never be at peace.
Some may consider Bates County the middle of nowhere. Farmland stretches as far as you can see in some places. Investigators searched for Nicole across vast fields and rivers, only to discover she was practically next door the whole time. Nicole disappeared around Thanksgiving time, November 26, 2019. Searchers found clues days later along this nearby creek. It's just down the hill from the home Nicole shared with her longtime boyfriend, Brad Shreve, and their 4 kids.
That's the location where we found her shoes and her backpack.
Bates County Sheriff Chad Anderson is leading this investigation. He says they treat death investigations like a homicide unless proven otherwise. Sheriff Anderson learned Nicole had been with her ex-husband, Richie Mallet, the night of November 26th. Anderson says Richie told investigators he picked Nicole up down the road from the house. They hung out for a little while, and afterward, he dropped her off right where he picked her up.
I do know her ex-husband was the last one to see her in that general area, and that was up by the road.
Brad's family reported Nicole missing on Friday, November 29th, after days had gone by with no contact. A missing persons advisory at the time said that she might have suicidal ideations, which her family strongly denies.
She wouldn't leave her kids. She was not going to leave her kids.
Sheriff Anderson convened a large search party the following week with help from other agencies. Nicole's family gathered to do searches and vigils of their own.
I was out here at the end of 2019 when the search for Nicole Mallet was underway. What we didn't know at the time was that Nicole's remains were just a third of a mile this way, about 500 yards away from her home and the search parties.
No one would know that until a year later.
When the farmer plowed his field, they found her femur inside her sweatpants in his field.
And that led the farmer to the edge of the creek, to the rest of Nicole's remains. The same creek where crews searched. That same creek where they found her shoes, phone, and backpack. Nicole's mother, Debbie Lewis, wonders how no one found her at first.
That killed me when I found out. I knew we were so close. I knew we were close to Nicole.
What are all of the possibilities here, from the likely to the unlikely?
The Bates County coroner said because of all the time that had passed, he and other experts can't definitively say how she died just by looking at her remains. And an autopsy didn't show any signs of trauma.
It seems unlikely that it would be a natural death, but that does not mean necessarily that it's a homicide. There are other possibilities.
Debbie says she talked to Nicole on the phone the day she disappeared. It was a Tuesday, and Thanksgiving was 2 days away. She says Nicole would never miss a holiday with the kids.
She called me for recipes and stuff. Anyway, she was going to have this dinner for her kids, and they were all going to help Mom cook.
Nicole was looking forward to that, but some of her friends and family say they received text messages from Nicole in October and November that they found troubling.
I reviewed screenshots of these messages and confirmed each of the conversations with the people Nicole was talking to. The sheriff's office says that these messages are a part of the investigative file.
Sheriff Anderson says he believes Nicole was scared at home, and these messages were likely about her boyfriend Brad, although in some of the conversations, the messages don't say who she's talking about. In October, a month before she disappeared, she texted one of her aunts, "I don't know what to do anymore. If I don't leave here soon, he's only going to end up killing me." The next day, another text to a close friend. "He flipped out on me last night. I need to get away ASAP."
She just wasn't in a good place.
Heather Smith was Nicole's friend for more than 20 years. She says they saw each other that October and talked for hours.
I begged her to leave, and she said, after Thanksgiving, if things continued to go the way they were going, that she was gonna leave.
Then, on November 25th, the day before she disappeared, Nicole sent out more messages to friends and family, like this one: "Please come and get me today. He's going to end up killing me. I just have to get out of here, please." And this one, telling her sister-in-law she might need to stay with them for a couple days. Brad spoke to us over the phone. He says he had nothing to do with Nicole's disappearance and death. Brad acknowledged their relationship wasn't good. He said right before Nicole's disappearance, the two had been fighting, so he left for his dad's house in Butler, about 20 minutes away. When he got back, Nicole was gone. I asked him about the text, and he said he didn't know why Nicole would send texts like that. He said he would never take his kid's mother away. Several friends and family members tell us domestic violence had been a part of Nicole and Brad's 18-year relationship. One of those times is documented in court records when, in 2018, Nicole was with another man in his house. The probable cause statement says Brad walked in and beat them both up, which got him 2 assault charges. Court records say Brad punched Nicole in the face. In October 2019, a month before she went missing, court records say Nicole called the police for a domestic disturbance at their home. When a sheriff's deputy knocked on the door, Nicole said she told dispatchers not to send anyone after all. Brad wound up getting charged for an illegal marijuana grow and felony possession of a gun after the deputy looked around the house. Brad and Nicole told the deputy the disturbance was just verbal and they wouldn't pursue charges. In a police report, the deputy said he told the two if the sheriff's office got called back to the house, both could possibly go to jail. Then the deputy notes Nicole, quote, "was upset and kept insisting I take Shreve to jail." The deputy noted in a court document that due to Brad's prior drug and assault charges, he felt Brad was a danger to the community. Sheriff Anderson says they know about the arguing going on in Nicole's home and the messages, but it doesn't mean they can arrest someone in connection to her disappearance and death. This does not sit well with Nicole's family.
So we're kind of still just stuck from day one, like, what happened to Nicole?
I'm not saying we agree or disagree with the family, but we have to work off what the evidence shows and what we can prove in a court of law beyond a reasonable doubt.
The Bates County Sheriff's Office said both Brad and Richie are persons of interest in the case, which they say is standard because one is a domestic partner and the other is one of the last people who saw Nicole. The Sheriff's Office said a couple other people within their circle are also persons of interest, but would not give us names.
We have not excluded anybody, whether it be family, friends, boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands. We're still treating it like there could be foul play.
We've reached out to Richie as well, and he wouldn't speak with us. Sheriff Anderson said his detectives have questioned both men.
Multiple times, yes.
But can't give us any information about what came out of those talks. They've also administered lie detector tests to more than one person, but can't tell us who or what the results were.
I think it's best for us to keep it as an open case and continue to investigate it until we can get some answers for the family.
In the meantime, Nicole's family is left waiting, hoping that the truth will surface.
I want justice for Nicole. I want somebody to come forward and tell us what happened.
We want to reiterate that no one has been charged at this point. A bad home life does not immediately point to guilt. But this story does not end here. I wanted to know what her remains are telling investigators. In part 2, we sit down with the Bates County coroner and one of the search crews. You'll see that story tomorrow, Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on KSHB 41 News. I'm Sarah Plake.